You no longer need an Android phone to report collisions and other traffic trouble in Google Maps. Google has finally brought the road incident reporting to iOS, letting you flag problems without turning to an app like Waze. Google is also expanding the range of reportable incidents to include construction, disabled cars, lane closures, and objects on the road. You'll see both iOS support and the expanded categories roll out within a week or so. There are some treats in store as well. If you're a Google One subscriber, people on select plans can get as much as 10% in Google Store credit when they buy a device or accessory from the shop. And if you were only thinking about one, buying a Pixel 4 will give you a 3-month trial for the entry-level plan with 100 gigs of storage, upgraded support, and pro sessions to make the most of your phone. This won't make up for the end of free full quality photo storage from Google, but it will help you decide if it's worth paying for that perk. In March, hot on the heels of its initial public offering, Lyft announced CityWorks. It's a $50 million program seeking to strengthen the company's civic engagement in the places its drivers live and work. Building on this and subsequent offshoot efforts, the ride-sharing startup this morning launched the Jobs Access Program. It's an initiative intended to narrow transportation gaps to employment and job training in over 35 markets across the US and Canada. Lyft says it'll partner with organizations including the National Down Syndrome Society, United Way, United Service Organization, Goodwill, Year Up, Generation, Dream Corps, the Campaign for the Fair Sentencing of Youth, and Upwardly Global to provide free and subsidized rides to the unemployed and those seeking job skills training. At least initially, the focus will be on 3 interventions in the employment pipeline that Lyft asserts play an outsized role in individual success. 1 is rides to and from job training programs. 2 is job interviews. And 3, the first 3 weeks of employment prior to a paycheck. A 2012 report published by the American Association of People with Disabilities and the Leadership Conference Education Fund found that some 31% of people with disabilities, that's an estimated 48.9 million people, report having insufficient transportation compared to just 13% of the general population. Moreover, of the nearly 2 million people with disabilities who never leave their homes, 560,000 say that they stay home because of transportation difficulties. The Jobs Access Program is funded in part from the proceeds of Lyft's Roundup and Donate program, which rounds up ride payments to the nearest dollar and donates the difference to causes of the rider's choice. For instance, donations to the USO support both its efforts to connect service members and veterans with subsidized rides, and it supports programs for active service members and their families. United Way believes that people of all ages and abilities should have an opportunity to improve their economic status through unemployment. That came from United Way Worldwide Senior Vice President Alicia Laura. When we work with corporate partners like Lyft in pursuit of this goal, the entire community benefits, and together we can effect sweeping change that benefits us all. Amazon has been aggressively pushing into the music business. It's already promoted its music streaming service by holding a concert for Prime Day and appealing to audiophiles by offering lossless streaming with its HD plan. Now, when you hear the company is hosting a music festival, you might expect that service to be the host. But no. The new Intersect Festival is being put on by cloud computing subsidiary Amazon Web Services. The 2-day festival will be headlined by Dave Grohl's Foo Fighters and singer-songwriter Casey Musgraves. Other artists include Beck, Brandi Carlile, and Leon Bridges. In addition to the music acts, Amazon promises fun and games, including a massive ball pit, a video arcade, and a post-apocalyptic dodgeball stadium. There will also be food and cocktails, plus art installations like a 6-story high tower of video art called the Monolith. To round out the technology theme, A light show consisting of 500 drones programmed and flown by a female-led team will celebrate women in tech. The festival will take place on December 6th and 7th in Vegas at the Las Vegas Festival grounds. You should probably get a ticket for this one. They are a bit pricey, however. $169 will buy you one and are on sale right now. And finally, happening in this week's What The? A funeral prank that had a deceased grandfather coming back from beyond the grave left mourners howling with laughter. Video footage of the funeral in Ireland shows those in attendance at the grave laughing along with the clever prank. It was pulled off by Shay Bradley, a father of 4 and grandfather of 8 from South Dublin. He passed away recently after a long illness. But rather than have his friends and family filled with tears at his grave, Mr. Bradley had planned an incredible prank. A video posted on Facebook by his daughter showed how mourners in the cemetery gathered at the open grave which contained Mr. Bradley's coffin. Then...
Hello? 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 Let me out! Where the f*** am I? Hello? Hello? Let me out! It's dark in here. Is that priest I can hear?
Initially, some of the mourners looked shocked that Mr. Bradley is apparently talking to them from beyond the grave, but they soon realized his voice is playing in a recorded message through a speaker. The clip finishes with Mr. Bradley singing lyrics from a Neil Diamond song.
Hello, I was called to say goodbye. I'm going to die, I'm afraid to say hello again, hello.
Thanks for watching your weekly tech update. If you have a story you think we should feature on the program, well, you need to send me an email, djraymcneil@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook at Your Weekly Tech Update and check out the podcast. Audio and video versions available on iTunes, Google, Spotify, Audio Burst, and elsewhere on the interwebs. Till next time, I'm Ray McNeil. Good night, world.